Right, welcome back. Now, before we wrap up the show today, now we want to go back to the issue of power. Now, the question remains is there justification behind the proposed review on electricity retail tariff? To dig deeper into this, I leave you in the safe hands of Noah Kipkimboy. Noah, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Jimmy. Indeed, this is the hot potato, as many Kenyans like to debate this issue of cost of power. There is a feeling, okay, if you're proposing rate hikes, why at this particular time? What is the justification behind that? A lot of questions. People have been purchasing units already and they see so many layers of charges. Now, I think it's better we get clarification from key sectoral players in the energy sector. And at this particular moment, Jimmy, I'm joined by Engineer Geoffrey Mule, who is the Acting Managing Director at the Kenya, KPLC. He joins me right now. Thank you very much, sir. I know you have been a busy man giving propositions to EPRA, and the public participation is set to begin very soon across the country. But for starters, this review of tariffs, why now?
Thank you very much for that question. It so happens that tariffs are reviewed after every 3 years, and all the times a tariff is approved, it has a start date and a head date. And so happens that the tariff review regime that we were on came on board in 2018. And therefore tariff review in our country was overdue, and that's why we are doing it now, because it's a requirement for us to do it. And when we are doing it, for us to submit the application as the public-facing utility in the sector or in the entire value chain, we look at the revenue requirements for all the players in the sector, right from generation, transmission, distribution, retail, and customer service. Okay. And all those factors are put together, what every part of the value chain will require, and then we put it together and pass it to EPRA as a proposition.
For the longest time, majority of the people in the country have been under the Lifeline tier, and that you had placed under 100 units consumption, and that is changing. What motivates that?
If you look at the tariff that was approved in July 2018, it was giving Lifeline range to be from 0 to 10 units. Then midway, that was revised to 0 to 10. And of course, it brought in a lot of challenges to the sector in terms of revenue requirement. And what has happened at the moment, we had to do a lot of balancing in terms of looking at common mwananchi and looking at the requirement of the sector. If you look what is happening today, about 7 million customers are on Lifeline, and that is out of 8.7 million customers, and therefore it's quite a challenge because Lifeline is subsidized. And that's why we have in this proposition, we have come up with a proposition of from 0 to 30 units, and that one will see that more than 60% or actually 70% of the customers will still remain on Lifeline, and therefore this tariff really takes care of the people in the low part of the pyramid. Okay. Because if you have 6.3 customers out of 9 million customers remaining on the Lifeline, then the common mwananchi has been taken care of. Thank you.
Looking at the reasons for revision, so required resources for sector sustainability, investment in grid expansion and maintenance, enhancing power quality and reliability, and scale-up connectivity as it stands. And majority of these propositions, you say over time in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, sort of it's a hill kind of curve. It will go up, it's a price you have to pay, then it goes down as time goes by. In terms of this issue of sustainability in the sector, with the current charges that you are facing, how strained is the sector, and if these reviews are to be taken as they are, go through EPRA, how much of a weight of will it be for the whole entire value chain?
When you get a cost-reflective tariff as a sector and you invest, we expect the efficiency to improve. We expect growth, revenue growth in terms of electricity sales. We expect, and therefore, in the end, we expect the cost of power to be coming down. If you look at the proposed tariff, envisages a situation whereby immediately we are going to have an increase. But by July 2024, we expect the tariff to come down. July 2025, we expect the tariff to continue coming down because we expect the investments that are going to be done in the sector, they are going to make the sector more efficient. And that's why in the proposition, we are proposing for a tariff that will be going down going forward. We will have one jump up, then we will be going down every year because of increased efficiency.
Yeah. Household level, there is, of course, a lot of concerns, but on a bigger part, when you're looking at the economic ramifications of such a change, the businesses, yeah, and majority of the businesses in this country, fall under the MSME category. These changes, will they be straining more, and should we be expecting, if they go through, the cost of living to continue going up, and also the cost of goods, especially household goods?
Thank you very much for that question. If you look at the SMEs and the large customers, although the normal tariff has gone up, they have been given a lifeline. And the lifeline is in the time of use tariff, which is far much lower than the current tariff. Because it is half of what is being charged. And therefore, there is an encouragement for people to produce late at night when we have clean power and when we have available capacity. If you look at our installed capacity, stands at 3,000. The demand during off-peak is about 1,100 megawatts. And therefore, that's an opportunity for manufacturers to produce and therefore keep the cost of goods almost at constant level. They will be shifting from day production to night production.
Thank you very much, Engineer Geoffrey Muli, the acting managing director at KPLC, saying that it is the cost that we have to pay if we're going to have a whole value chain that is functional, that is sustainable, then this will be critical to make some of these changes. Again, is pointed back that for the longest time, majority of Kenyans are under the Lifeline, and they're trying to shift to see if more people could be paying what they are initially supposed to pay and not under the subsidized category. But that's the latest from Matters Power. Back to you, Jimmy.